Back in 1778, the British had completely taken over Vancouver Island. However, this colony was easily forgotten and was isolated from the world. Due to this isolation, the colony never grew out of the British culture. They were also forced to fend for themselves and actually became their own country for a while. It wasn't until 1922, when Vancouver decided to claim the island for himself, that Victoria was discovered. Of course, Vancouver still tried to claim the island for himself. He needed it for business. However, Victoria, with her bad attitude, was all like, "No, you can't have this. It's my island, and it's so sought out." And since Vancouver didn't have the balls to fight Victoria, he gave up. After the news got out that there was a self-claimed country on the island, everyone would try to push their culture on them. And when they refused to accept even the Canadian culture, Victoria was stereotyped as stubborn. But actually, most of the time, Victoria gives in quite easily, except when it comes to Vancouver, because Vancouver gives in more easily than she does. Victoria didn't want to give up British culture because she was perfectly happy with it. You know the old saying, ignorance is bliss? Well, that's true in this case. I mean, anyone who's happy with eating British food must be ignorant to the fact that there's better food out there, right? So eventually everyone gave up and left Victoria alone. In 1924, Vancouver tried once again to claim the island. At this point, Victoria was irritated with the world and didn't feel like fighting again. It was like, okay, you can have the island, but I can stay here and you can't build another city here. And eventually they made a business deal for the ferry rides between the two. I think I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, the reason Victoria was degraded to a city was even though she claimed to be a country, no one really cared and agreed she was just a town. That's the history of Victoria.